All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order at 4 p.m. 1.01 procedural matters and closed session. 1.01A call to order. B roll call.
Mr. Duarte?
Present.
Dr. Jung?
Here.
Mr. Kwok?
Present.
Mr. De La Torre?
Present.
Mr. Medrano? Dr. Jimenez?
Present.
Thank you. Mrs. Bowie?
Here.
Dr. Fancher?
Here.
Ms. Rojas?
Here.
All right. 1.01C review of the agenda. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Dr. Jimenez.
Yes, Board President, we do have some additions, deletions, and corrections. So for additions, 1.04.E for closed session, addendum, conference with real property negotiator, Dr. Alfonso Jimenez, superintendent regarding the Temple Academy project located at 635 California Avenue, La Puente, California, 91744, pursuant to Education Code Section 17386, as permitted by Government Code Section 54956.8. 5.03.A, Human Resources Supplemental to Certificated Personnel Recommendation Lists. 5.03.B, Human Resources Supplemental to Classified Personnel Recommendations Lists. For deletions, 1.04.D, Closed Session, and 7.07.A, Student Discipline Matters. Please delete both items as there are no discipline matters for this evening. 5.04.H, Business and Operations. Please delete item to approve to submit applications for additional funding for adult education programs and authorize the superintendent and/or designee to sign the necessary documents required from July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2020 as listed. 5.05.I, Contracts and Agreements. Please delete item to approve agreement between Hacienda La Puente Unified School District and Music First to provide a learning system to support band and choir programs at district middle and high schools from July 24th, 2020 through June 30th, 2021 for an amount not to exceed $50,026. Corrections. 5.04.B, Business and Operations. Please correct attachment of certification of signatures to reflect correction of type name from Thui Tien Annie Bui to read Dr. Alfonso Jimenez. All other information reference is correct. These are the additions, deletions, and corrections. Thank you, Board President.
Thank you, Dr. Jimenez. 1.02 adoption of the agenda, including additions, deletions, corrections, and adjustments in order of business. Can I have a motion?
Kwok moves.
Motion by Mr. Kwok. Is there a second?
La Torre second.
Second by Mr. Del Torre. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Medrano? Mr. De La Torre?
Present. Yeah. Aye.
Mr. Kwok?
Aye.
Dr. Jung?
Aye.
Mr. Duarte?
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. 1.03 audience members who wish to speak to items listed under closed session only may address the board at this time. We have 4 speakers who requested to speak. First, we have Margaret Caldera.
Hello, my name is Margaret Caldera, CSCA Chapter 115, Chapter President. I'd like to address item 1.04.E, the conference with the real property negotiator regarding the Temple Academy property. What exactly is that, and why wasn't the community and the employees notified regarding any type of negotiating or discussion regarding this? I understand, and I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but it's being considered or has been considered to sell that property to Los Angeles County to build an aquatic center because this property is right next to the park. I'd like to have you confirm that. And if the board is still considering selling this property, right now is not a time to sell because we will be receiving students back. And because of the COVID, we're going to need all the space that we need to keep everyone safe, to comply with the social distancing. Also, the employees should know what your intentions are and how soon you plan to do anything with that property if you do intend to sell it. And also, if you do intend to sell it, what are you planning to do with that money? I hope you're not intending to sell it to further fund the Wedgeworth project. And whatever you discuss in closed session, you need to come out and report it in details, not just action or no action, or not giving the public any information whatsoever. We have a right to know, and we'll be expecting to hear some information on that. Thank you.
All right, next we have Christine Salazar.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead and begin.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm here to speak on behalf on agenda item 1.04 B and E. Again, these are you're having a conversation with real property. You guys are having a conversation about these certain properties, and specifically, we've dealt with this last year or in the years past, where according to the Brown Act, prior to closed session, you must specify the property, identification of agency negotiator, names of negotiating parties, and whether the negotiation concerns price, terms of payment, or both. Anything outside of this scope should not be discussed in closed session. So in regards to La Sabina and Glen Elder, we know that that's in the process of escrow. We need more information. The public needs more information as to how this is being done. And in regards to Temple Academy, granted, yes, I know I did see a couple of posts where you, Anthony Duarte, did mention that it's not up for sale. But then, what are you guys are discussing? Legally, you said legally you can't share with the public what's being discussed. But that doesn't sit well with the community, especially in La Puente, who are really thinking, why is that property being discussed at all? And if it's being discussed, the only other reasonable thing would be that you guys are trying to sell it or trying to do something else with it. The public deserves to know what is going on in regarding to these properties. We will not have another La Sabina or another Glen Elder fiasco like you guys did the last couple of years ago. You need to come up and be truthful to the communities of Hacienda Heights and La Puente, because our children go to that school. Might have low enrollment, but we still have kids going to that school. We still have teachers at that school. We still have classified, and we have a lot of district employees at that place. And you need to answer to every single one. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Adriana Quinones.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, please begin.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, HLPUSD Board of Education and Superintendent Dr. Alfonso Jimenez. First of all, I want to say bienvenido, Dr. Jimenez. Our communities are looking forward to working with you. We're hoping that you will be inclusive of our communities and that you make community outreach one of your priorities. Today, I would like to talk about closed session item 1.04.b. Many of us in the community are very disappointed that Annie Bui, Associate Superintendent, appears to be rushing some projects and decisions that are highly controversial. It is imperative that such discussions and decisions are postponed until there is a community outreach and the public at large has the opportunity to provide proper feedback. Months ago, I sent several emails to Mark, the former facilities director, asking him if the properties had been offered to Los Angeles County for green space. He stated that it had. I reached out to our county supervisor's office and they did not have a record. He was to search for the copies of the formal communications. I copied Annie Bui. As of today, I have not received any supporting documentation. In a community meeting held last year, Andrew Hahn from Leonard Homes was asked if the proposed housing was going to include affordable housing for residents of Hacienda Heights. He said not at that time, but would definitely inquire. I will be submitting a request to our county supervisor asking that she takes a look into this matter, as we have not been provided with any answers from the district. I urge you to table this matter until there is more clarity and community input. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next speaker is Billy Joe Wright.
Good evening, board, superintendent, and audience. My name is Billy Joe Wright, and I'm president of the Hacienda La Puente Teachers Association. I wanted to speak on 1.04.A. People that are problem solvers, out of the box thinkers, do what it takes kind of people are needed now more than ever. Instead, or unfortunately, we again find ourselves facing the same few people that are hell-bent on impeding and obstructing, which leads to the lack of progress, solutions, and resolutions with actual commitments people will be accountable to. We know who I speak about. They're the same people as always. Put into teacher talk, people the district have placed in group work have chosen to act as saboteurs. After weeks, actually months of work, the project grade is a D on the verge of failing. This is frustrating because the members of the group I represent have volunteered countless hours over summer, most unpaid, so this group project would be worthy of an A because that is what our students deserve. We have the opportunity to still save this project. All of this work and planning we have done, and there is so much more that still must be done. You, the board, through the superintendent, must provide clear directives and make your words meaningful to the goals and objectives we have been working on together. I am being vague on purpose because I have emailed and spoken with you about this already. I am trying not to raise even more the stress, anxiety, and anger my members in this community already feel. But I am begging you. I am literally here begging you, and I shouldn't have to be. I am begging you to step in and direct these people who are not acting in the best interest of students and staff. Direct them. I need answers to give to my members, and these same answers will give certainties to students and families. Please give clear directives and make them take their personalities and personal objectives out of this. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 1.04, adjourn from public meeting to closed session. Do I have a motion?
De La Torre makes a motion.
Motion by Mr. Del Torre. Is there a second?
Quack seconds.
Second by Mr. Kwok. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Medrano, Mr. De La Torre,
Yes.
Mr. Kwok,
Yes.
Dr. Jung,
Yes.
Mr. Duarte.
Yes, motion carries 4-0. We are adjourned from public meeting to closed session.
Okay, yeah, they're enclosed.